5 Chinese owned warehouse our Anwia Nkwanta in the Ashanti Region. Omo sha say omo create changfan machines are made for illegal mining. I say my ade akwaba yedama say nyankopo nsira mo say mo ye ba ya chemo na me pa cho chemachi wo mu mamo nye mistake fa and for mo go back to China hey yenjeli be
Ma JMO say o say niwa mo ma JMO say o say ye. Now we have a head of state, not a ceremonial president. We have a real president. He's showing his power, and this is what we expect of proper leadership.
And any reasonable person in this country will know that the state of Galamsey is worse than it was in the NPP administration.
Party what 8 good years. 8 years in one. One man ye who kote. Ama lances at a chair lances say uche katike. Who ya Galamsey aye west and the origin. And then omo ye prosecutor markets here. Agonta man is and it amaun to me. Aye number 1 on the A4 sheet paper. Who say Galamsey who says fire. So a jalugusu ekoso. Namos the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretary Task Force so still. Yeah, wo de ba mba yaduma Ghana be din kuni ye di ko ye be say adi bio. Na ogopie mu e wo Winneba. There's a Cape Coast in the Central Region there. And so ndo ma bracha pa. Amam for mo Winneba from Cape Coast abra na say amam for the sache water na enu aduane no. Winneba for so de omo de abasi yey. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. John Dramani Mahama, a president, ye pacho. Wa mama ye mo ye. Galamsey adawruma ene inso aye brown. Aye team pampa, team milo. Ye num so enye ye, ye de pan no boss so enye ye. Ye pe so kodware enye ye. Ye pe de be no aduane enye ye. Die be num so enye ye. Enti say ye den. Galamsey is say musimu tu ase. Adentina Central Region Winneba. Young one that says yen resource into your patrol, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Biadruno, Bayamwa.
The issues of water has become a threat in the life of the people of Winneba, especially these very jurisdictions where I live. Some of us have to resort into going to fetch water from the sea, I mean the salt water. And of course I did. Per what I was taught when I was in basic school, water is colorless. But this very time, water has become something different, especially in the morning. When you go to fetch water, it will marvel you to see the color of water being yellowish, containing some particles, such that even if you wash with a cloth that is white, you end up staining it. So much afraid. So I'm not going to wash here. I'll take it home and wash. Because if I do, that will end its lifespan. So I'm not going to wash it here.
So where are you going to wash it? Where are you coming from?
I'm from Water Region. So when I get home, as long as I'll be here, so I'll put it. When I get home, anytime I wash. But before we started exams, I was admitted 3 times. And I think it's as a result of the water. Not that I drink, but when I bath, after finishing, I feel some scratches on my skin. And I want to believe it is because of the chemicals, mercury, that they actually used for the mining activities. It's what is given. And so it's having a greater impact. I mean, not positive impact, but a negative effect on our health.
So according to the line, when you ask, they say now, because of the Galamsey, the waterworks people used to use so many chemicals before it would be neat. We used to get water every day. But now for some time, so for some days now, sometimes it could take us more than 1 week, there will be no water. We have to travel, go far. We just go to Bonmense, get one river there, they call it Bonmense. And then we'll go fetch the water, and the water is not clean. Even though the one way will come from waterworks itself, if you fetch it, put it down for some hours, you will say there's dirty, clay under.
Who be a crime sometimes I call say, until you know, cry, fufu. Give me my you say, I'm going to say no much. Nay, on a son, a first 90. There's a very Sabbath, the very in our call, for but I say, oh, Muja, soon may a pomachow, Gonna pay yes, so.
Go to ISO, as we will be watching now, it's red. So this is our pleading. So we are begging the government to help us.
Now, Omudi Area because and as I Galamsey and your end here, how are we going to end the Galamsey fight? Now, why not another content creator to find ana say o je say enyaja or the flight in an empty man ncha she no on twa form kakra okotwa ya uko pem with the northern region was Zebila in the upper east region of Ghana. Say Mr. Galamsey no aduru baby. The real motto of Galamsey, hey, everywhere you go. Say everywhere you go, there's Galamsey. Upper West, Upper East, Northern region, Northeast, Central region, Western region, Eastern region, Ahafo region, Ashanti region. And kwa komini me bia enko nkoduri ye. Enti Upper East for so nyamode na wo he Galamsey egusu na ekoswa. Na dey say the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Task Force mo ya chewa Ahafo region. Monya ward na mo wrap up enwe ha na mo nto aso nkoduru no because na ma dey say north ebi ni ho check yi boys na no mo free north the northern region of Ghana ebe pm the three northern region rather because from upper west upper east and the northern region properly na no mo na ba omba be Galamsey wodan ha se ahonde no so mo ha mo ho omo ankasa omo region ho na ankasa no omo se go da be pm ho ntina omo ye first omo ye area ho ni mo tini ho Anglo Ghana ni ho big companies growing ni ho today I can money go to good nafa. And to mania brigidi. Now, according to the deputy ranking member, Edema Lands and Natural Resources Committee, Akwesi Kunadu said fight against Galamsey. What is happening right now is that we are sitting on an ecological time bomb. Or see maybe Aduna said the you know forest in Yeni and from my papa no ewahina mo wabe me. Monka say a pebre baba. A pebreba wiamu shi no se nnuane ho nnuane ema oxygen in exchange of yen heat na ye home edible out no na adi sa carbon dioxide na ga komo nnuane na nnuane na sa refine na come back as it am as an oxygen ne breathe enti first na Galamsey no so no na say do hamatana breathe in breathe out so na a simple nice come and then be a mistake na nu friend is saying Hamatan ko ye breathe in breathe out obete wo samia obete wo so ne kakanka o si de ekoso nyina se nwie ye 20 na tu agu enwie ya kaka kuma bi nipa so e wo kro nu mu na na se Ghana man mu ye do si che nwie na aka enti 1:1 enye adwuma 1:10 kro enye adwuma enti dodo ye ba ba humi heat ye e be bai enne ye hwe radiation na akoso a ama na ye weather na kra na asesa indi sa heat ye be ya din say Galamsey ni enua na ye twetwegu ena mframa na emfa ena nsuo na ento ana yesase ne ase ne enua na ye be se no nsuo na ase o se hwe mu di nkomo ABC munye nduru abede bebi ye duru no efege because bebi aduru no hamata na ye be wuram ye wuram November ena nsuo na ase ase mframa fufei ebe betwa etwa by December kura kwata ni eduru na hamata na start January February March ekosi bia April na nso nya ntoye nti ube homya me ahwe ube da me ahwe afa na ube hu se sa ceremonial friend is spana den ye beye manjai si se beye hey afa na ye ba be chia manfo okon ba be chia ehuru nsan ba be gu amanfo ba be yare ahwe na be bie wu nti ono de eni hupa ya ahwe anka Galamsey asemi ye na ekoye no ana party A party B na ekoye say na ye we na ya solve no once and for all ametu antwa ye ba bebre
illegal mining activities in this country, and therefore if any person of that nature is found to be culpable of that, he wouldn't mind making sure that that person loses that person's seat. But Evans, you see, what is happening currently is that we are at an ecological time bomb. We are sitting on an ecological time bomb. When our forest resources are going, almost everything, plants, native plants, animals, and all of these things are going, aside our river bodies and the rest. But the action or the events of our last is nothing more short of people trying as much as possible to relay what they promised whilst in opposition, but presuming or pretending at that point in time, wanting to care about the environment.
Now, can I say the Lands and Natural Resources Minister, Nanyo Deba say, and untimi en kreti en fabricati a friend is a changfan e Ghana. Untimi en importi changfan e Ghana. Untimi gase o ye vendor o ton ade na de o ton no e changfan no. Untimi en gase o di changfan ye adwuma bra oni license a e ma ho kwan se utimi ye adwuma. na we under the Environmental Protection Agency EPA our the Lands and Natural Resources Minister Honorable Yimano Kofi Amabue and this information about in ne almost so many na gas o kan no o ma kwakwada we nya connected na ye campaign na political talk na kwakwada no we we shall win and save Ghana enti o ma wura say 5 Chinese owned warehouse our Anwia Nkwanta in the Ashanti Region omo sha say omo create changfan machines are made for illegal mining na me say my ade akwaba yeda mase nyankopo nsira mo say mo ye ba ya chemo na me pa cho chemachi wo mu mamu nye mistake fa enfo mo nko back to China haya yenjeli be ye mo face the consequence no awo Ghana haya nti nyankopo ncha de China for na mo ye ma bi say o me say Ghana yensuo no anya ye di ho adwuma ma the Environmental Protection Agency EPA for say aha oh okay na just mo na mo ye chairman for no mo na just say yes Ghana for no mo nye ba mo say mo na mo ye anom so ye bi de nya so ya chem enti say be aduru no China for no esuo na yesuo amania na ye hu eno na mo just say o mu fesi na papa ye friend senior hosi a member at the Ghana coalition against illegal mining. I say fight against Galamsey. No, I'm impressed by the swiftness of the president action. I say John Dramani Mahama, my president, your president, our president. Pardon. Najuma fair, Nesanu fair. I come. I say Kwanya Namus National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat. 4 year Juma on France NDC MPP or any. And also we have campaign. Echo nkwan acho. Ye che workers. Ye che China for ye sisi the first excavators. Ye ne ye repele. Emrana eba ya. LI 2642. Ana Oko Forest Reserves. Ye timi ediko operate our forest as a Galamsey for no. Nyina no John Dramani mamma twam. Ene pickups do de ma 904 motors do de mo and who adwuma mo blue water guard for say nania so okazi nani so ya na oboa enti adwuma John the money mama ye ndie eye ono opene so ofo so owi no de to aso say we now have a real president showing his power not a ceremonial president ni na ye senior hosi na papa ni just say na na go fado de papa no a ceremonial president na da mo papa we mo papa na nyen ho mo ma na do nyen ne ho o se na do na ze onya hwe na se da na woda onye huteba o se John Mahama president nankasa ba we de onim de ye na onim de sefata into oye kama e de ma Ghana for nti we na ne ye nti fight against Galamsey we Ghana ni nko ade according to senior host says moda amona Galamsey no create by 2026 near solve Galamsey
ma JMO say o say niwa mo ma JMO say o say ye. Now we have a head of state, not a ceremonial president. We have a real president. He's showing his power, and this is what we expect of proper leadership. As for that man, I don't want to see, don't put him on his screen. It's not even worth your screen. You can write his statement, don't put his picture on your screen. We all vex. What is this? I'm so impressed by the swiftness of His Excellency the President. When you defy his men, who are at the forefront of the most important fight of this country, you are defying the directives of the commander-in-chief of this country. So I was waiting to see. After today, I would have been able to tell whether we have a president or we don't. And he has saved that office by his act. This is the form of leadership we've always been looking for. And I hope that this will not just be one flash in the pan, but this will actually be the pan itself. And everybody will realize that for Galamsey, there's no tolerance for nonsense. When Boaz spoke, he told the people that the biggest man has sent you, so there's no big man to talk to you. The biggest man, His Excellency the President, has sent you. JM, I salute you. Today they make me happy, but this is just the beginning. Just don't do it like comedy. There's more to do. You have to sack that guy from your party. That guy must be moved from the party. So you should know that you are a party executive. You keep these miscreants moving around, denigrating the reputation of your party and you keep it.
Now, senior host here, no see here, Anna, the General Secretary, Edema NPP, Justin Frimpo Kodria say, any reasonable person in this country will admit that the state of the Galamsey is now even worse than it was under the NPP. As for the NPP, because we care so much about this country, our doors are always open. If President Mahama sees the need to reach out for a proper roundtable discussion on how to combat this menace once and for all, we will gladly welcome such an invitation. And I'm saying, hey, Ghana, nye. NPP also NDC for you ready on my bomb. Gasaniye, he to what? Or say, yeah, so why do you move the house? Na se bi umodam unzidom na se odwene otenke na ona masesin e work correct ah wonu se Galamsey no under John Dramani Mahama aye west and is if to me koto na mom no enam se MPP do Ghana nti we shall win and save Ghana the elephant party and the elephant party no they want to save Ghana nti no John Dramani Mahama omra mo na se onu muni komo adwentre bia so mo kire Emma John Dramani Mahama ni NDC for the boy Emma so Galamsey why not Omema Ghana afantu mabafra party a what 8 good years 8 years mwa one tima ye hu kote ama lances acheche lances say uche katikeke uwie ya Galamsey aye west and the origin ene omo ye prosecutor makese agonta manis ani chama untumi aye number 1 on the A4 sheet paper umo say NDC for mu mra wonche clap for Ghana but there's a program the General Secretary of the NPP on a can say na me say ne hwan.
And any reasonable person in this country will know that the state of Galamsey is worse than it was in the NPP administration. And it is clear that Galamsey has become worse under this administration because you have members of parliament who belong to the NDC. You have national officers from the NDC, the region, constituencies, and even their branch who are involved in Galamsey. And it's not surprising that the security agencies are struggling to deal with that issue because when they make effort, they are threatened by powers that be in this government. But for us as a New Patriotic Party, because we care so much about this country, we mean well for this country, doors are always open. If Excellency President John Mahama sees the need and the wisdom, reach out to us for us to have a proper roundtable discussion, combat these manners once and for all. New Patriotic gladly welcome such invitation as to address the issue. But from the way of things are going, clear that His Excellency John Mahama has failed in the fight against Galamsey. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will be one part of our press discussions with you. The next one has to do with our
Now, Elekin Kotoko, Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Edema Forestry Commission and spokesperson, Edema the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat Task Force for now, or say fight against Galamsey. We need to educate the youth to move beyond childish bravado.
No, I believe where we've gotten to today, even if you are so related, even by blood, to President Mahama, and you are found culpable, or he smiles with you every morning and every afternoon and every evening, and you are found culpable to have been engaged in anything, he will deal with you. And you see, this is a serious test case because if this matter is not resolved immediately, what it means is to embolden those on the other side. Then tomorrow, what it means is that Naimos may go to another community, and the community people will always outnumber them and say, oh, and then they are only 30 nearby. They are about 30. Okay, let's marshal about 150 people. We can overpower them. And people will be engaged in this reckless and, excuse my language, very stupid conduct.
Now there's a choir, and you must see not just about say you to know, be sorry, yan chas here, they be Galamsey, yeah, need, and then they'll say, hey, Mama, yen to a mofo, yan shas yan church from Moibia, none in dear, and a man for Ninti, and on my era. me kwan no enti yen kire omo kwan pa no na omo mfa so ye kire youth no kwan a ebia saa mentimo ase gagai me ni adwuma ye nti na me ye Galamsey saa de bi metro bodwa adwuma omejai na etuatwa na ono so wie na the lands and natural resources minister honorable Emmanuel Amakofibo say debi sesi a okase no he Galamsey no ene etuatwa ana say chama debi etuntwa yo cause ogo pem wo Winneba enso kura ho ye na so ampa ene ya we eno be take process name as it stands now we have sanitized the licensing system only real miners will remain o say omo ye illegal mining small scale mining omo license ewu omo no mining of forest zone aye unallowed and unlawful no nyina no ya send nyina afrim enti ene omo amguta licenses aye mo kwan a omo responsible mining amani we gold areas no mo ya mo kwan enti omo na betuma ya adwuma awe ye mining sector en yankas Ghana ye ntu gold mo bi nyana de say ye ntu gold no de tua na ebetu etua na ebetu eno na ebo esidi eno na ma na me no mie na yesere awesidi nti ebetu na mom no ye ma obi a oni licenses oni kwan ya fa so mining na de so fa ne pickers e fa na so fa na so enya excavator ba ko ase matiesim onya changfan nya fuel nya diesel eno say ye nkon ngotu Galamsey o say ankrofo ya pepa mase enti de aye ni say uhu obi say oye mining bia a area any kwase oye mining bia na no say what call the social media handles of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat Task Force omo page say social media what agi omo say we na ekoso e area entempa na omedi ho adwuma ama kala ho afiro me say no omo say community watch hwebi hu bi see something say something uhu a kan bibi say be a abampa nimfo a ye de adwuma di a sha omo nsa so mebo ma illegal mining Galamsey etuatwa na ometima ye ho adwuma say oyiwa otilo ye fa ho dwane ade no afa apeke but uko pemo Winneba de achale esuan no musu ade no moye tough rough after say you go pemo Cape Coast na omodi sache water enwe aduane edware ebidibi friend say omoni ama so omodi nso ye nina no enne Winneba akabe ya transfer ade no da ma Winneba for enti baton no go do Winneba for nchen omo say ne ye enso no mubu brown enso su ye colorless but sanso we dey brownish sanso na eba no ayese team pampa ayese moliko kwa odi milo edi agum nkemu eda pa na emom no sa we no de Galamsey nsu Galamsey Anwia Galamsey dotie mc ye be dey dai enti we de ensa dan say yem kotodwegu form John Dramani Mahama His Excellency my president your president our president we are calling for you say papa Galamsey nti enyansu nom yese be dey dai ana ade omo munya no me kura ko no san na de mekuri na ya yenya bi kura no kura ne kura ahwe na ko no nsubone ne saa nya wu ntempa ati momma ye hu bibi emfa mba ye me sen mo na kura nie but MPP for say omo de omo ye ready say obi anim say wadwi mu da onyansa wo tirim o number 6 ne kan eye correct nko de anu say John Dramani Mahama ba na check Galamsey onye hute ne mom no omo say on pese Ghana eye na omato omonyoma omotato ye we shall win and save Ghana the elephant party enti omoso ma ready omeso mu save Ghana enti on even though omunia ban mu na omoye kra John Dramani Mahama ena beje ne fans omomfa ho John Dramani Mahama invite omo na opamunim de nko ade a omode mema na me question na me buza nan say 8 years banti ma anya hwe enti yemfa 10 months na kan na mfa meso omoso na mfa me bia na aba mama yen rest mama yen nwene ho na emom de edua na wo woni say still MPP ebetima aboa ama ya solve Galamsey yi ebiso na woni so mu ntime mu ade wo pese o ka bia no fatu comment section na say but wo go pay mu ewo Winneba Allah wallahi aho kire mo nya aho kire ketwa de ekoi Galamsey fight ebe yi ni na emom no the lands and natural resources friends minister honorable Kofi Amabu chese Oma only rare miners and I say Omaka Oma sanitized license system no Oma repel the LI 2462 I am for rare forest near water bodies areas acquire mining no and at the same time omunsa man new lines is bill into ene Ghana Galamsey near ready say enter kra fight now shall come to an end for God and for country for comment and for to comment section as we are subscribe like it next time unya eso enye bi hwe edino back up Maxi Billian on the naked truth of Oldboga trends. Macro. Bye bye.